Fasten your seatbelts as we journey back in time to discover the top 10 British inventions that shaped the world as we know it. Picture this: a world without the World Wide Web, or a life without the convenience of a pneumatic tire. Hard to imagine, isn't it? These creations, along with other remarkable inventions, have played pivotal roles in molding our everyday lives. They are the brainchildren of British inventors who dared to dream and dared to create. So, are you ready to step into the time machine and explore the ingenious creations of the past? But before we dive into this, please subscribe to the channel, comment, and hit the notification button for more videos. At number 10 we have a rather grim invention, the Halifax gibbet, a precursor to the guillotine dating back to 1280. As you can probably guess, this isn't exactly a cozy fireside story. The Halifax gibbet was a device used for execution by decapitation, a chillingly effective invention of its time. This macabre device was invented in the town of Halifax, in West Yorkshire, England. The name gibbet comes from the French gibet, meaning gallows. The Halifax gibbet was a tall wooden structure with an axe blade attached to a heavy wooden block that slid down a set of wooden guides to carry out the execution. It's a bit unsettling to think that the Halifax gibbet was a public spectacle, with crowds gathering to witness the swift justice it delivered. But it's important to remember that in those times it was seen as a humane method of execution compared to the alternatives. Now you may be wondering, why on earth is this on our list of top British inventions? Well, despite its grisly nature, the Halifax gibbet was a significant step in the evolution of capital punishment, paving the way for the guillotine's invention during the French Revolution. The guillotine, more refined and efficient, became a symbol of swift and equal justice, a principle that resonates even today, although we've thankfully moved away from such brutal methods. So, in a roundabout way, the Halifax gibbet played a role in shaping our understanding of justice and equality. A dreary start, isn't it? But hold tight, the journey is just beginning. Scene script. Next on our list at number 9 we have the reflecting telescope, invented by the genius mind of Isaac Newton in 1668. As we journey back to the 17th century, we find ourselves in the presence of one of history's greatest intellectuals, Isaac Newton. Known for his laws of motion and universal gravitation, Newton's contributions to science were numerous. However, one of his most notable inventions was the reflecting telescope. Before Newton, the world of astronomy relied on refracting telescopes. These telescopes, while revolutionary for their time, were not without their flaws. They suffered from chromatic aberration, a distortion in the image caused by the lens refracting different colors of light by different amounts. Newton, always the problem solver, sought to eliminate this distortion. His solution? A mirror. Instead of using a lens to gather light, Newton designed a telescope that used a curved mirror, hence the name reflecting telescope. This mirror would gather light and reflect it back, forming an image that was free of chromatic aberration. The reflecting telescope was a game changer. It not only improved the clarity of images but also allowed for larger and more powerful telescopes. This invention brought the universe into sharper focus, enabling astronomers to explore the celestial bodies in greater detail. It paved the way for future astronomical discoveries and propelled us further into the space age. The reflecting telescope, like all great inventions, has evolved. Today, it is a crucial tool in modern astronomy, used in everything from backyard stargazing to advanced space telescopes. This invention by Isaac Newton, born out of a desire to better understand our universe, truly revolutionized our view of the cosmos. It expanded our knowledge, fueling our curiosity and inspiring countless generations to reach for the stars. A giant leap for mankind indeed, but we're just getting started. At number 8, atmospheric pressure steam engine. We have the atmospheric pressure steam engine, brought to life by Thomas Savery in 1698. Thomas Savery, an English military engineer and inventor, was the mastermind behind this ingenious invention. His atmospheric pressure steam engine, also known as the miner's friend, was designed to pump water out of coal mines. This was a significant issue during the late 17th century, as flooding often interrupted the mining process. Savery's steam engine was a breakthrough in the field of mechanics. It was the first of its kind to use steam pressure to create a vacuum, which would then draw water upwards. The engine was simple yet effective. It consisted of a boiler, a steam chamber, and a series of valves. By manipulating these valves, Savery was able to control the flow of steam and water, thus enabling the engine to operate. The atmospheric pressure steam engine played a pivotal role in the Industrial Revolution. It set the groundwork for the development of more efficient steam engines, which eventually led to the creation of steam-powered locomotives and ships. These vehicles revolutionized transportation, making it possible to move goods and people faster and over greater distances. This, in turn, accelerated economic growth and urbanization. Moreover, the principles behind Savory's engine are still relevant today. Modern power plants, for instance, rely on steam turbines to generate electricity. Although these turbines are far more advanced than Savory's engine, the basic concept remains the same: harness the power of steam to perform work. In the grand scheme of things, Savory's atmospheric pressure steam engine was more than just a solution to a mining problem. It was a testament to human ingenuity and a catalyst for industrial and societal transformation. Powering our way through history, let's move on to our next invention. Coming in at number 7, seed drill. We have the seed drill, an agricultural game-changer invented by Jethro Tull in 1701. This invention, dear friends, is what transformed the face of farming, turning it from a back-breaking manual labor to a more systematic and efficient process. Now let's take a moment to appreciate the genius behind this invention: Jethro Tull. A man of many talents, Tull was not just an innovator but also a shrewd observer. He noticed that the traditional method of sowing seeds by hand was not only inefficient but also led to a lot of wastage. This observation led him to devise the seed drill, a machine that could plant seeds in neat rows at just the right depth and cover them with soil. The seed drill was a marvel of its time. With its introduction, farming was no longer about sowing seeds haphazardly and hoping for the best. It was about precision, efficiency, and most importantly, increased yield. The seed drill made it possible for farmers to plant more in less time, with less effort and fewer seeds. The result? A significant boost in food production, which in turn led to population growth and economic development. But the impact of the seed drill didn't stop there. Its principles of precision and efficiency were carried forward into modern farming practices. Today we have advanced machinery that can plant thousands of seeds in a single pass. But the basic principle remains the same: precise sowing for maximum yield. And for that, we have Jethro Tull and his seed drill to thank. From the field to the future, let's see what invention takes the 6th spot. At number 6, tin can. We have the humble yet revolutionary tin can, invented by Peter Durand in 1810. This unassuming metal container, you might think, is just a common household item. However, its invention marked a significant turning point in the history of food preservation and storage. Peter Durand, a British merchant with an inventive mind, was granted a patent for his tin can design in the early 19th century. His innovation was driven by the need for a better way to preserve food for the British Navy. Durand's tin cans, when paired with Nicholas Appert's method of sterilizing food using heat, provided a solution that would revolutionize food storage and distribution. The initial design of the tin can was quite different from what we are familiar with today. Early tin cans were heavy, bulky, and required a hammer and chisel to open. They weren't exactly the most user-friendly. Over time, the design was refined and improved, leading to the lighter, easy-to-open cans we use today. In terms of impact, the tin can played a crucial role not just in preserving food, but also in exploration. Explorers could now carry preserved food on their long voyages, opening up the possibility of venturing further into unknown territories. The tin can also played a significant role during war times, providing soldiers with durable and easily transportable food supplies. Moreover, the tin can's influence extends beyond food. Today we see tin cans used in a variety of ways, from storing paints and aerosols to housing electronic components. The versatility of this simple invention is truly impressive. So, next time you open a can of beans or soup, take a moment to appreciate this little piece of history in your hands. A simple invention with a lasting impact. But wait till you see what's next. Halfway through our countdown at number 5, we have the Bessemer converter, invented by Henry Bessemer in 1856. Born in the heart of the Industrial Revolution, Henry Bessemer was an English inventor who changed the game when it came to the production of steel. His invention, the Bessemer converter, revolutionized the world of metallurgy and set the stage for the mass production of steel on an unprecedented scale. Before the advent of the Bessemer converter, steel was a precious commodity. It was expensive and labor-intensive to produce, making it a luxury few could afford. But Bessemer, with his innovative spirit and a mind for engineering, sought to change that. The Bessemer converter was a large pear-shaped receptacle lined with clay or dolomite. In this vessel, iron could be transformed into steel by blowing air through it while in a molten state. This process removed impurities and excess carbon from the iron, resulting in a more malleable and durable material, steel. This invention was a game changer. It made steel production faster, cheaper, and more efficient. The availability of affordable steel was a catalyst for tremendous growth and innovation during the second half of the 19th century. It made possible the rise of railroads, the construction of skyscrapers, and the development of myriad tools and machines that shaped the world as we know it. Henry Bessemer's invention paved the way for modern industries and revolutionized manufacturing processes. His contribution to the world of metallurgy was a key factor in the industrial boom of the late 1800s, and his legacy is still felt today in every steel beam, every railroad track, and every skyscraper that dots our modern skyline. Bessemer's converter was not just an invention, it was a catalyst for change, a tool that transformed not just iron into steel, but the world itself. It's a testament to the power of innovation, and a reminder of how a single idea can reshape the course of history. Shaping the world one invention at a time, let's move on to number 4. At number 4, we have the pneumatic tire, a breakthrough by John Boyd Dunlop in 1888. The late 19th century marked a significant moment in the history of transportation with the invention of the pneumatic tire. This innovative invention propelled us into a new era of travel, and the man behind this game-changing invention was none other than John Boyd Dunlop. Born in Scotland in 1840, Dunlop was a veterinary surgeon by profession. However, his curiosity and inventive mind led him down a different path. In the late 1880s, Dunlop was living in Belfast, Ireland, where he noticed his son struggling to ride his tricycle on the cobbled streets. The solid rubber tires of the time were proving to be a bumpy ride. Dunlop, being a problem solver at heart, decided to design a solution. He came up with an idea to create a tire filled with air to provide a cushioning effect. This was the birth of the pneumatic tire. Dunlop's invention revolutionized the transportation industry. The pneumatic tire provided a smoother and more comfortable ride, making travel a more enjoyable experience. It wasn't long before this innovation was adopted by bicycle manufacturers, and later, the burgeoning automobile industry. The pneumatic tire was the key to making vehicles more practical and user-friendly. Fast forward to today, and the principles of Dunlop's invention are still in use. Modern tires are essentially a more sophisticated version of Dunlop's original design. They have been improved with more durable materials and intricate tread patterns for better grip. But the concept remains the same. Dunlop's pneumatic tire has truly transformed the way we travel. It has made our journeys smoother and safer, and has played a pivotal role in shaping the world of transportation as we know it today. So next time you're on a journey, take a moment to appreciate the ride. It's all thanks to John Boyd Dunlop and his innovative spirit. Driving us into the top 3, let's see what's next. Turbojet engine. Soaring into the third spot, we have the turbojet engine, invented by Frank Whittle in the 1920s. Now, if you've ever been on an airplane, you have Frank Whittle to thank. You see, Whittle was a British Air Force officer who had a sky-high dream, a dream that went beyond propeller-driven aircraft. He envisioned a plane that could soar into the stratosphere, unencumbered by the limits of traditional engines. In the 1920s, Frank Whittle was just a young cadet, but he was already thinking about the future of aviation. He perceived the limitations of propeller-driven aircraft, particularly their inability to maintain speed and altitude in the thin air of the upper atmosphere. He wanted to create an engine that could overcome these challenges, an engine that could take us higher and faster, and thus, the turbojet engine was born. Whittle's turbojet engine was a game changer. Unlike its propeller counterparts, the turbojet engine works by sucking in air at the front with a fan. A compressor raises the pressure of the air, and then it's sprayed with fuel and an electric spark lights the mixture. The burning gases expand and blast out through the nozzle at the back of the engine, thrusting the airplane forward. This revolutionary invention transformed air travel, making high-altitude, high-speed flight a reality. It opened up a world of possibilities, from commercial air travel to military jet aircraft. Nowadays, it's hard to imagine a world without jet-powered flight, from our holidays abroad to the shipping of goods around the globe. The turbojet engine is a testament to human ingenuity, to our ability to dream big and then make those dreams a reality. It's a reminder of how one innovative idea can change the world. Frank Whittle didn't just give us a new type of engine, he gave us a new way to explore our world, a new way to connect, and a new perspective on what's possible. As we fly into the top 2, the inventions get even more groundbreaking. At number 2, we have the World Wide Web, the brainchild of Tim Berners-Lee in the late 1980s. A name that might not ring a bell for everyone, but his invention has certainly touched nearly every aspect of our lives. Berners-Lee, a British computer scientist, invented the World Wide Web while working at CERN, the European Physics Research Center. The World Wide Web is not the internet, as is often mistaken. The internet is a vast network connecting computers globally, while the World Wide Web is a way to access and share information over that network. It's like the internet is the highway, and the World Wide Web is the vehicle we drive on that highway. Berners-Lee's innovation gave us the first practical method for sharing information across the world. It was a revolution, a democratization of knowledge. Suddenly, anyone with an internet connection could access a wealth of data, communicate with others around the globe, and even contribute their own ideas. And the World Wide Web has evolved since its inception. It has grown from static web pages to a dynamic, interactive digital universe. We've gone from dial-up connections to fiber optic broadband, from basic HTML to complex coding languages, and from simple text-based sites to multimedia platforms. The World Wide Web has transformed education, business, and entertainment. It has made the world a smaller place, bringing us all a little bit closer together. It has given a voice to the voiceless and has sparked social movements. It has changed how we work, how we play, how we connect, and how we learn. It's hard to imagine a world without the World Wide Web. Yet, with all this progress, it's essential to remember that the World Wide Web is still evolving. Today, we stand on the brink of the next web revolution. The semantic web, the Internet of Things, virtual reality, all these are part of the World Wide Web's future. We're now at the cusp of our countdown. What could possibly top the World Wide Web? And finally, at number 1, we have the discovery of the DNA double helix by Francis Crick and James Watson in 1953. This discovery, made at the Cavendish Laboratory in Cambridge, England, has fundamentally transformed our understanding of life and biology. Before this discovery, the mysteries of heredity and life itself were largely unsolved puzzles. Our knowledge was limited, with scientists only able to speculate how traits were passed from generation to generation. But with the discovery of the double helix structure of DNA, the pieces began to fall into place. Francis Crick and James Watson, two brilliant minds, embarked on the quest to unravel the structure of DNA. After numerous trials, errors, and sleepless nights, they finally hit upon the double helix structure. The DNA molecule they discovered was composed of two strands, coiled around each other like a twisted ladder, a double helix. This discovery opened up a new world of understanding. It explained how genetic information could be stored and replicated, paving the way for modern genetics. Watson and Crick's discovery has had far-reaching implications, influencing everything from medicine to forensics, agriculture to anthropology. In medicine, understanding DNA has led to breakthroughs in diagnosing and treating genetic disorders. In forensics, DNA fingerprinting has become a key tool in solving crimes. In agriculture, DNA technology has allowed for the development of genetically modified crops that are more resistant to pests and diseases. And in anthropology, DNA analysis has shed light on human evolution and migration patterns. The discovery of the DNA double helix structure is a testament to the power of curiosity, perseverance, and collaboration. It has revolutionized our understanding of life and continues to shape scientific breakthroughs in the 21st century. And there you have it, the top 10 British inventions that have undoubtedly shaped the world we live in today. From the grim Halifax gibbet to the life-altering discovery of the DNA double helix, we've traveled through centuries of British ingenuity. We've seen how the reflecting telescope revolutionized our understanding of the cosmos, the atmospheric pressure steam engine-powered industry, and the seed drill transformed agriculture. We've explored the versatility of the tin can, the mass steel production made possible by the Bessemer converter, the safe journeys ensured by the pneumatic tire, and the speed brought by the turbojet engine. We've marveled at the connectivity of the World Wide Web, and the mysteries of life unveiled by the DNA double helix. And that concludes our journey. Until next time, keep exploring, and remember, innovation is always just around the corner. See you next time, Inventors family.